I guarantee your social videos aren't getting the interaction you wanted, and this is why. Hi, and welcome to The Marketing Game. I'm Gillan Williams, and as you can see, it's a completely different format today. There will be interviews coming, but today it's just me and you, and I've got some insights I want to share with you about social video and why the campaign videos that you've got on your socials are probably not getting the interaction that you want. And I'm going to let you know why and what you can do about it. And I did get a couple of questions about what happened to the game that I was playing, especially with Karen O'Connor. We were playing Connect 4, and what we found was it was actually getting in the way of the interview. It was breaking the flow, and the value for this podcast really is in what we're talking about. It's the insights that these marketing professionals are giving you. So we decided to just focus on that. So that's why we changed that format a little bit. And today we're going to try something new where it's just me giving you some insights from video production, and hopefully you'll get the value out of it. But today we're going to be talking about why your social videos probably aren't getting the interaction that you want. And to give you a bit of a breakdown, video production just keeps changing, and the audience keeps changing what they expect, and the platforms keep changing the algorithms. So it's really hard to keep up. At one time, just one hero video would be enough. But that's definitely not the case anymore. You need to be producing loads of content, loads of touch points for your audience to keep them engaged and make sure you get that message in there, and eventually you'll get their interaction. And that's pretty well known, but it's difficult. It's difficult to deliver all this content. It's difficult to keep pace, and it's difficult to keep up with what these social platforms are demanding from you. And so what creeps in is efficiency. And that sounds weird to say it's creeping in, but it's sort of happening at the cost of the content. There are ways of, most people will have a long form video and you're going to cut your shorts out of that, right? You're going to clip it. And that's pretty standard practice. And it's worked for a while. It works really well for podcasts because you want those quotes, right? You want to tease people and you want to pull them in. But if you have a marketing campaign based around specific messaging and you're trying to cut a short out of a long form video that delivers a message, it just never quite works. And the reason why is, now I'm assuming that when you do your long form video, you've got your arc, you've got your beginning, middle, and end, your 3-act structure, your standard storytelling technique. Now, that's the correct way to approach things, but what most people aren't able to do is clip content that follows that same structure, right? Because it's just a segment. It's just a small piece of the long form video. So you're just not able to deliver something that's engaging, because the audience is more sophisticated now, and so are your competition, to be honest. And your competition being everybody else who's posting on the social platform. We're all vying for the audience's attention. And the audience expects something that delivers a hook at the beginning. So that's your act one, right? Your intro. A little bit of conflict, and that could be humor, that could be an opposing view, it could be something unexpected, and then you get the resolution at the end. And it's really, really hard to clip that out of a long form video. So what you end up with is several clips, and great, you can tick that box if you've got your deliverables list. I've got that, I've got my social shorts, but what you have are substandard social shorts, and they're just not going to get the interaction. And that's the whole point of doing it. We're not doing this just to tick boxes. We're doing this to get leads, right? To hit your KPIs, to get your social growth. And if it's in regards to a campaign, to really sell it, to get it to as many eyes as possible. And so if you're not getting the interaction on the platform, and the algorithm isn't going to push it, it's going to cap you off at a fairly low number, and you're just not going to get that reach that you want. And at one time, the clipping worked. It's not working anymore. You have to approach things differently. In regards to the hook, what I mean by that is, at the beginning of this video, you would have heard me say, I guarantee your social videos aren't getting the interaction you wanted, and this is why. Okay, so that's the hook. Now, I'm going to deliver the resolution to that hook later in the video. That's why people want to watch, okay? So you give them the hook at the beginning, and you give them the resolution to that at the end. That is very hard to do with just a clip. And it's different with podcasts because you're probably just clipping quotes from people, right? And those are unclosed loops. So it makes people want to click to listen more so they can watch the whole episode, right? That works for that. That's clickbait, essentially, but clickbait that delivers because the quote will be resolved. They'll be able to watch it in the podcast. For a marketing campaign, that's not the case. That's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to deliver messaging. We're trying to get people to interact. We're trying to get them to click to websites or interact. So what you need to do is you need to invert the process. So rather than having your long form video that you send off to Fiverr, or maybe your video editor will deliver those clips as part of the process, you want to start differently. You want to start with your shorts and then work out the long form video. So it's the inverse. And the reason for that is you can model each video around a specific message and have that beginning, middle, and end to each of those videos. And you go into production like that and you film it with those shorts in mind. And then what you do is you film enough content around them and you plan them so that you can fit them into one long form video that delivers all of your messages. And there's a really good example of this. I did a campaign recently with the solicitors, and they're moving into new offices in Chipping Norton in Oxfordshire in the UK. The messages around that was, we are opening a new office, that there's a demand for this, that we understand the community, that we're very well experienced, and the prestige of the company. So there were shorts based around each of those individual messages. And like I said, they have the story format, they have the story structure, and then they were also then amalgamated into a long form video that delivers that as a whole story. Now, it does take a lot more work to plan this. So you're going to put a lot more in at the beginning. And frankly, the production is going to take more time as well. But what you're sacrificing in efficiencies, you're gaining in interaction at the end, because each of those messages are landing and their audience is loving it. The client's super happy. I work with a PR company that are very happy with the results as well. And it's a better format. It's a better way of doing it. And that's ultimately what we want. We're not here to just deliver things as a tick box exercise. We want to deliver something that drives clicks, that drives leads for your campaign. This is specifically for campaign content. Like I said, podcasting is different. Now, I hope that is valuable. If you want to find out more information about how to do this, please get in touch. We're actually developing a service around this. It's called the Campaign Content Package. It's, pretty obvious what it is. But it doesn't just deliver those social shorts. It's got the long form video and then literally everything that you need for your campaign, like all of the content delivered to you in one service. But that's enough of the pitch for that. If you want to find out more about that, please get in touch. There's going to be a whole campaign, so hopefully you'll see those touch points too. But in terms of your short form content, spend the time at the beginning, do the planning. Each short individually, then the long form video. You're going to get way better interaction. Please let me know how it goes for you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Next episode, we've got Warren Brown, who's a branding expert. He's worked with the European Space Agency. And so I'm really looking forward to talking to him about that. And he's going to be telling you what's wrong with your brand and what you should be doing differently. So subscribe. So get that episode and then just give us a like, share us if you find this valuable. If you think there's another marketer that you're working with or somebody that you know, share this with them. Give us a rating on Apple. It makes a huge difference. A short episode. I'm looking at the time now. All right, less than 10 minutes. I just wanted to give you a quick insight into how to improve your social video campaigns. So like I said, got any questions, get in touch and we might be able to answer them in a future episode. Thanks for listening.